Hello and welcome back to Blake's Den. This is my 1989 Austin Mini Designer, and in this video I'm going to remove the carburetor as one of the steps for removing the engine. So let's make a start. I am recording this video on the 2nd of January 2025, so Happy New Year to everyone, if you're watching this just after it's come out. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome, and please consider subscribing. The majority of my views come from non-subscribers, so please consider doing that. But yeah, if you're new, this is my 1989 Austin Mini Designer. I wouldn't say I'm restoring it, I'm just making it nicer. Restoration implies a degree of professionalism, which I'm certainly not putting into this. But yeah, the next big job is take the engine out, and I'm breaking that down into smaller tasks. So the last video we got the radiator out, and this video I'm going to get the carburetor out. Also a quick shout out to Jason Blan 33, one of my viewers, who pointed out I'd done the shock absorbers wrong on the back here. One of the bushes and one of the cups should have been on the sort of outside of the car, one on the inside. So I've corrected that. So thanks for the heads up. Right, so removing the carburetor should be a fairly simple process. First thing I need to do is get rid of the air filter. That was easy. There should be two bolts holding that in. Both of mine have gone missing. I suspect they're somewhere down there. And there you can see the carburetor in all its glory. So this should be an HS4, I believe. There's a little tag on it, so I'll check it when I get it out. And yeah, we just need to start disconnecting everything which is connected onto this. So that'll be the choke cable, the accelerator cable, the fuel lines, and the connection to the intake manifold. So yeah, let's make a start on the fuel lines. So removal of the fuel lines is really easy. So this is your carburetor float here. You've got this one here, this short rubber line connected onto a hard line. So that comes from the fuel pump, which in turn comes from the tank. So we should be able to pull that off somehow. The other one is just the overflow, which I'd already disconnected when I was trying to get this running the other day. And then this line here is just a breather pipe, which comes from the breather on the other side of the engine. So we'll disconnect that, and then I'll try and prise off this fuel line. So it's quite a cool day today, but sometimes if you heat up these hoses a bit, they come off a bit easier. But I'm going to be replacing this hose anyway for an ethanol resistant type, so I'm not too worried if I damage it. Obviously, if you were doing this for another reason, then you'd want to protect your hose if you were going to reuse it. Now moving around this side, this is the choke cable here. This is the choke mechanism. So I'll pull that like that. That's the accelerator mechanism down here with the big spring on it. So to get this off, there's a little jam nut that needs to be undone. And you've also got a little bolt here, so I'm trying my best to turn this, but it's really quite small, and I don't think I've quite got something the right size to turn it. Oh, is that turning? Oh no, that's turning now. Okay, so if I wind out this little bolt here, and must not drop it. Okay, I'll put that safely up here. And then how does this come out now? Okay, yeah, the cable just pulls out of there. That's now loose. So then I'll pull that bit out as well. So that's what I removed. And I'll just put that back. I'm going to put it back in, because otherwise, if I lose it, I'm going to be in big trouble. So, well, I'm not in big trouble. I'll just have to buy another one. But yeah, we'll just put that back in there for now. I don't think it was in right anyway, to be honest. I can't see how it was clamping the cable. I think it should have been Should have been like the other way around, really. Pushed in from... Yeah, I would have expected it to be sort of that way around. But, okay, something to investigate. Similar process to do the accelerator cable, but a bit different. I just popped the spring off, which is the return spring. That allows me to pull the cable up, and I've just put some mole grips on here. So that allows me to keep some tension in the cable, because this nut is like super tight. It's like seized tight, and every time I try to turn it, it just wants to basically pull the accelerator cable in and yeah, open it up. So I'm going to try. So you might not be able to see what I'm doing here, but I just need to, there we are. I think it's just, yeah, there we are. It's just gone. The nut's just cracked. So then if I back that off, there we are. Cable just pulls out. Simples. Pop that off, and then we can put that out the way, and then the choke cable can also be pulled out of the way as well. And just a very quick point before we proceed, because I don't know how long it's going to take for me to put this all back together. I use my Dymo label printer, and I've just put a label on there saying AC for accelerator. Put one on there saying choke. You can't really see it, it's a choke. And where's the vacuum line gone? I put one on there saying vac for vacuum line. So if you haven't got one of these, get one. I think this will be really useful when I get into doing the wiring and labeling up all the cables. Right, now we'll get those nuts cracked off and we'll get this removed. So there's two bolt holding this on, and they're quite difficult to get a socket on, so basically you have to do it with a spanner, and this is 1/2 inch, so you might get away with using a 13 on it if you've got a good 13. But yeah, we'll just have to walk that off slowly. I just sprayed everything with WD-40 as well, just to help it along its way, because it was very just very dry, very sort of dirty in there as well. So I'll continue to work this off, and then we'll get the other one off, which is down the bottom, so it's like 180 degrees around. Yeah, and that one's just starting to come loose as well. That one's even harder to get to. Right, I will bring you back once these are both fully off. Both nuts are off now, so I'm just going to give the assembly a tap with a soft hammer just to free it up, and now it should pull off and lift off. You can see how close it gets to the bulkhead. There we are. So we'll have a look at that on the bench. It's on the bench now. I've just cleaned up this little tag here on the float bowl. Cleaned that up, and that says FZX Foxtrot Zulu X-ray 1415. When you type that into Google, that confirms that it is an HS4 carburetor. My Turner Ranger uses an HS2, and I've done a video, link above, to rebuilding one of those, and it's actually one of my most popular videos on my channel, bizarrely. So yeah, I've got this out. You know, things to remember, there's probably still going to be fuel in the float bowl, so be careful how you store it. And then yeah, just give it a general look over. I can see there's quite a lot of dirt down the throat, so this is going to need a full rebuild. It's all there, it's all intact, it just needs a good going over, really. One thing I'm intrigued to find out is what needle is in this. So down in this part here you have the carburetor needle, and this, so okay, long story, when I started taking this apart years ago, I removed the exhaust, which is over here, and this exhaust is an RC40, which is what you would normally have with a stage 1 tuning kit on a 998. I asked the owner, has it been tuned, and they didn't know. They certainly didn't do anything to it. So it could have been done previously, or someone could have just put a RC40 on. But part of the stage 1 kit is a new needle, because if you're getting more flow through the engine, you're going to need more fuel, and the needle governs how much fuel you get. So in a separate video, I'll take this apart. The needle should have a 3-letter digit, 3 letters stamped on it, which will tell you what the needle type is. You can look that up on a big table and find out if it's the right one for a standard 998 application. Last job to do, well, I've actually just done it, is put some duct tape over the intake port. Don't want anything climbing in there and living in the engine. That would be bad. I'm going to leave it there. Just a short video for now. Bit of a mini series, really. Mini series for getting the engine out. So I did the radiator last time. I've done the carburetor now. Just working my way around. I think next video I'll get the exhaust off, and then just work my way around. I've got the clutch to do, the ducting, this bottle which just lifts up, so that doesn't need a video. Probably take the distributor cap off and then the alternator off. Those 2 bits are super easy to do, so I probably won't film that. And then I'll film one of actually getting the engine out using my engine crane. And then I'll stitch them all together. Then, as I say, if someone's really bored and got insomnia, they can watch all those videos together. So thank you for watching. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to the channel. It costs you nothing. If you've got any comments, drop them below. I respond to all of my comments. And if you've liked this video, then press that thumbs up button. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.